Hi all, welcome back to Subtech Online. It's me again, Sabit Christopher. I'm going to take you through. We are starting tutorials on Power BI. The last time I created a video, it was about how to install Power BI on desktop. You can check the link in the description below or up here. Today we are going to load our first CSV file in Power BI. Then we see how we can do the modeling, and we create our first visual. So stay with me up to the end of this video. It's when will share with you a bonus trick on how you can create reports and refresh dynamically without your intervention. So after your installation of Power BI, you open Power BI in desktop. This is the first interface you'll get. Always it has 5 tabs. That is the home tab. We have the insert, modeling, and then the first thing I will have to tell you that as I communicated one of our videos in about Power Query, is that the same Power Query editor that is in Excel, it is the same Power Query editor you'll find in Power BI. Nothing much, nothing less. So if you haven't checked on that video, please check the description below or up here in the corner if you're watching this video on YouTube. Now we are going to extract or import our first file in Power BI. I will show you how we are going to model. The file we are going to import is we are going to look at a file which already has 3 tables. We can first peruse through this. That is a CSV file. That is a comma separated version or delimiter. So this is it. Seems taking long. Okay, here we go. So this is our Excel we are going to import. The Excel we are going to import has 3 tables. I can say we have the product list, we have the sales persons and their regions, then we have another table that is a fact table with both products and the units sold. So this is what we are going to import. Then after that we shall see how we can link this up. Okay, back to Power BI. So there are always options to start with here. You can either import an Excel or importing from a skill server or importing from a blank table, but we shall go to get data. Then we have in Power BI we have more than 112 as I record this video in April 2022. We have more than 112 connectors or data sources we can connect to using Power BI. So I'll do more. Now in more, that's where we shall have a dialog box with all the connectors we can connect to in Power BI, all the sources we can connect to in Power BI. Okay, they are categorized in around 7 formats. We have files where we find these files that can be kept on desktop or online. We have databases. You can read through many databases, and more are still being added. We have Power Platforms. We have the Azure. We have the online services in case you created an online service for your application. Then we have others which are not categorized. So we shall go directly either on. Okay, loading our Excel file. I can use the input data from Excel, or I can go directly to Excel workbook, or you can always go directly to get data. As I've already told you, we have more than 112 data sources we can connect to Power BI as we record this video in April 2022. So let's load this. Okay, here we can select the Excel workbook and connect to. Then it has to open a dialog box where we have to search for our file. So you can use your directory, search where your file is saved. This is our file. Then I will open. That will be loading. Okay, now you can't load a file that is in use, so I will have to cancel this file. So you can't load a file that is already in use because there are possibilities of having it changed, and when Power BI is already using it. So after closing it, we can reopen again. So this is it. It is preparing our files. Now, after preparing the files, this is the navigator we get. Now, in the navigator we get, I've already shown you that our file has 3 tables. So these are the 3 tables. Then it also looks at the Excel workbook, or the Excel sheet. So you see that there is a difference between these icons and this one. This is an Excel sheet, and these are tables which are already in one sheet. So I will select these 3, then I load. So there are 2 options you can use. There is loading and transforming. Since I'm already sure that my data, I'm not going to correct anything, you can even preview from here. This is the sales table and this is the sales rep. There is nothing I'm going to clean up in my data. It is already clean there. I will do load directly to Power BI. But if there is anything like it is raw data, you need to edit and do some edits at some point, you go directly to transform data. So I will take this directly to transform data, and it will open my Power Query editor. So transform data, this is when you want to do some edits. So these are my tables. So if there is any change you're doing, like you're changing data types, you can peruse through and see what is wrong and what is right and change accordingly. So as I've already told you, our tables are already clean, ready for loading. So I'll close and apply. So the moment you close and apply, Power BI is going to load the 3 tables separately in the data view section. So loading. So after this has loaded, we shall be going next for modeling. Remember, we have 3 tables which we want to use as one. We have to model them, create relationship between the 3 tables. After creating relationships, then there you can go ahead and use them. So that is, so when you check the data view section in Power BI, you'll see we have the 3 tables here. We have the table product, we have the table sales, and we have the table sales rep. Now, when we go to modeling, the model section, this is the model section. Always Power BI, that is the business intelligence, obviously the intelligence it has, it will always try to create links. So here we already have one of the relationship that has been created between sales rep and sales rep 1, the other column and this. So this happens because the field headers were nearly the same, or they were related. That's why it noted that this should be related to the other one. Then when we try to group this, our products table is a dimension table, our sales reps table is a dimension table, but the table that will keep changing because every day you make sales is the table for sales, which we call the fact table. So this is the fact table, the other ones are the dimension tables. So what is relating from the table of products to this? That is the products. So I will drag products, bring it and put it on top of products. Products field in the sales table. So immediately you have to see a relationship. So the relationship is 1 to many. 1 to many, if I can double click on this to have the details, it is many to 1, or it can be 1 to many. This one means that we have every product here has more than 1 entries in the table of sales. The same thing here, it means that every sales rep here have more than one entries in the table of sales. That's why this one now stands to be a fax table. Okay, that is on the side of modeling. We call this one data modeling. We have already related our tables, which means now they are related. Now we can go now to our report, or the canvas, the report canvas. This is where we do the reporting from. So we are going to create our first visual from already the tables we have loaded. So the first thing is, you can always have a header, so that one is always inserting a text. So I will insert a text here. I call it a header. This one I can call it sales dashboard. So sales dashboard, you can have this changed. Control E, you bold this, and you increase this to around 28. 28 is big. No, that is enough. Then you put it in the middle, change the color to blue or anything. So that is the first thing we go for. That is our header. So we can have the header here, and now we can start inserting the visuals. So another thing is that when you check our tables, we have the units, we have the price here, but what we don't have is the sales amount. So how do we get the sales amount? That one we are going to insert, either you can insert a text column, sorry, you can add a column, a calculated column, or you can add a measure. So this time I'm going to go with a measure. We're going to create the sales amount. Creating the sales amount, we are going to create a measure. I will go with a quick measure this time. Maybe as we go on to learn more of the DAX, you can create a measure standalone. So I will do a quick measure where Power BI will create for me a picker. So here, what do I need to do? I want to multiply. So you can always come to the calculations and choose multiplication. And the multiplication I want to do the price. That is my base. I'm going to use the sum of the price, and here I will be multiplying it with the units. So still I will be using the sum. So when this is done, I can go ahead and OK. So when I OK this, it should be creating for me the measure. That is a calculated measure. So this is my measure. You see it has created already for me the formula that, you know what, we have got the sum of the price times the units. So I can change this to sales amount. Then you can use the check when you're done, or enter to leave that mode. So now we can start creating our visuals. The first visual I can create maybe is a table. Let me create a table. So when you click on a table, it displays now. It will just be a drag and drop to have the fields which I'm going to have in a table. So I need maybe to look at the product and their amount, sales amount. So that is it. So this is what we have. You can go ahead and create the other visuals. So that's how you create visuals. You can give it a header, you can do all the bits you need to do. So we can create a donut, which is going to split for us by region. So which means I will come pick a region here as a legend, then pick sales amount as my value. So that's how the regions are splitting. So you can have it like that. You can have that visual somewhere. Then you can also have a trend line, this, and a trend line can involve, that is date. So when I pick date in the axis, you can cancel out, I want the date by month, so you can cancel out all these and remain with months. Then I pick the sales data here as values, So that's what it gives me, which means that it is only 1 month. I have data for only 1 month. Okay, so it just hiked in November. Okay, then if you want to split this in two different legends, you can split it either by regions, by adding here regions. It's going to split by region, or you can even go ahead and add by sales rep. Then it will be splitting by sales rep that way. So if you want to change a certain visual which is in this mode into another visual, it is a matter of selecting it and clicking on another visual. Let's say if you want a matrix, then this one will be changing automatically into a matrix. So this is the matrix you have, so you can get the sales per the sales rep, or you can change now the sales reps and put their region like this. So you can get to see that this in January, this is how they sold. So you can go ahead and change this in edits. You change the properties, you change how to, we shall see that in the next video. So thanks guys, we have loaded our first visual. You can go ahead and try out with the practice file, which will be put, the link will be put in the video description below. We shall be meeting in another video for more of Power BI. Thank you. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and hit the notification such that you can receive a notification every time we load a video. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.